Did you know the most valuable RV you can own right now isn't sitting on a dealership lot? It's parked in someone's backyard under a tarp. New motorhomes are hitting prices that sound made up. We're talking $150,000 for what dealers call a base Class A, $551,000 for a top-tier diesel pusher, and the old RV everyone told you to dump for scrap? It's quietly becoming one of the smartest assets in the camping world. The game has flipped, and almost nobody's talking about it. Let's start with the number that should stop every RV shopper in their tracks. $551,392. That's the base MSRP on a Newmar New Era diesel pusher rolling onto lots right now. Not the loaded version, the starting price. Think that's an outlier? Step down to something more reasonable. A Jayco Precept or a Coachman Class A will still run you $163,000 to $198,000 MSRP for a gas-powered motorhome with cloth seats and basic appliances. Want to go even simpler? Class C motorhomes, the smaller, easier-to-drive ones. Average $50,000 to $200,000. Travel trailers, the cheapest non-motorized option, still run $20,000 to $50,000. Now rewind to the 1990s. A comparable base model motorhome cost somewhere in the $25,000 to $35,000 range. Adjust that for inflation, and you're still looking at a fraction of what dealers are charging today for the equivalent entry-level rig. That means the most basic new RV on the lot costs dramatically more than its inflation-adjusted ancestor. And in a lot of cases, it's built with cheaper materials to hit that price point. Here's something the dealership will never put on the window sticker. The moment you tow or drive a new RV off the lot, it loses 15 to 25% of its value. Instantly. On a $150,000 motorhome, that's up to $37,000 gone before you've even hooked up the water line. And it doesn't stop there. Class A gas motorhomes lose the most in year one, sometimes 20 to 30%. Even diesel pushers, which hold value better, still drop 15 to 17% in the first 12 months. By year 5, most RVs are worth only 45 to 60% of what you paid. And here's the part nobody talks about. Most RV buyers stay underwater on their loans for 3 to 6 years. You can owe more than the rig is worth for half a decade. Now flip that around. A clean, well-maintained RV from the 90s or early 2000s already absorbed that hit decades ago. What's left is stable value, the kind that doesn't evaporate the second you pull off the lot. There's a reason 3 to 5-year-old RVs are considered the sweet spot in this market. Buyers get a rig that's already eaten the steepest part of the depreciation curve. Now, let's talk about something manufacturers really don't want you to think about. In 2025 alone, more than 80,000 RVs were hit with NHTSA safety recalls. Single months, October, February, saw over 23,000 and 25,000 units recalled at once. And it's not one bad brand. Forest River, Thor Motor Coach, Winnebago, Jayco, Keystone. These names show up in recall notices almost every single month. The issues range from propane lines that can leak and ignite, to leaf spring and axle defects, to slide-out rooms that can deploy while the vehicle is moving. Compare that to an old motorhome built on a Ford E350, a GMP30, or a workhorse chassis. These platforms were simple by design. No complex slide mechanisms, no multiplexed electrical systems, just straightforward mechanical components that RV mechanics have been servicing for 30 years without needing a laptop. That's why you still see these old rigs parked at campgrounds across the country, running strong, while new units sit waiting on recall parts. Pop the access panel on a modern RV. What do you find? Multiplexed wiring systems, touchscreen control panels running climate, lighting, and slide-outs through a single interface, and slide-out mechanisms with motors, gears, and seals that can fail in a dozen different ways. When something glitches, and these systems do glitch, you can't fix it with a wrench. You need manufacturer-specific diagnostics, a service appointment, and weeks of waiting. Now look at an older RV. The water pump is a water pump. The furnace has a thermostat you can actually see and touch. The slide out, if it even has one, is a simple mechanical system you can grease and adjust yourself. A fuse blows on an old rig, 2 minutes, a $3 part, done. A control board fails on a new one, that's a $500 plus part and a dealer service slot you might wait a month for. That's not convenience, that's dependency. This is the part most people haven't thought about yet. The RV industry is moving toward connected systems. GPS-enabled monitoring, app-based diagnostics, manufacturer telematics tied into service and warranty tracking. This is becoming more common with every new model year, especially on higher-end motorhomes. What that means in practice, usage data that didn't exist a decade ago is now being collected, and in some cases, that data can factor into warranty or insurance conversations down the line. An old RV has none of that. No cellular connection, no background reporting. When you're driving it, it's just a machine doing its job, nothing more. In a world where more and more of what you own is tracked and monitored, that kind of mechanical privacy is becoming genuinely rare. Sometimes the best way to understand a big problem is to look at a small detail. Take the slide-out room. On an old RV, if it even has one, it's a simple, manually operated mechanism. Rare to break, cheap to fix. On a new RV, slide-outs run on electric or hydraulic motors with seals, gears, and control modules. They're recall magnets. We just saw multiple 2025 recalls tied to slide-out and leaf spring failures. When they fail, you're not replacing a crank handle. You're replacing a motor assembly that can cost thousands and requires a specialist. Every convenience feature added is a future failure point. Every motor that replaces a hand crank is something else that can strand you at a campsite, 3 states from the nearest service center. Meanwhile, the used market for clean, well-maintained older RVs keeps climbing. Buyers are catching on. They're realizing that paying $150,000 for a motorhome that depreciates 20% on day one and might get hit with a recall notice 6 months later isn't the smart move it was sold as. Your old RV isn't a liability. It's not a project to apologize for. It's an asset, one that already took its depreciation hit, runs on systems you can actually fix, and isn't quietly collecting data while you drive. The manufacturers spent years convincing everyone that newer meant better. For a while it worked, but the cracks are showing, literally, through recall notices and warranty claims. So tell me, what's your old RV that's still rolling strong? Drop it in the comments. And if this opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep these old rigs on the road together. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.